Whether you're an experienced competitor or you're new to competition shooting, a steel challenge match is a blast to shoot. On each stage, there's going to be 5 steel targets of various shapes or sizes, one of which has a post painted red. That's the stop plate. Your job is, on the beep, shoot those 5 targets as fast as you can, ending with the stop plate. You can shoot a number of different divisions in Steel Challenge. If it's a centerfire pistol, it starts in the holster, but you can also shoot a rimfire pistol, a rimfire rifle, or a pistol caliber carbine. And for every single one of those cases, all you have to do is bring the gun up to the line in a bag, and you start pointed at the orange cone that's out there. So you do not need a holster for rimfire pistol, and obviously we don't holster rifles. So it's a good time. You can shoot pretty much any gun you've got as long as it's a pistol caliber of some sort, and there you go. The start position for centerfire pistol is gun loaded and holstered, wrists above respective shoulders. Looks like this. And that's what it looks like to shoot one string of fire on a Steel Challenge stage. For the entire stage, what you do is you come up and you shoot a total of 5 strings of fire. They record every time for each one of those. Your time is your score. And then they throw out the slowest one and add up the other 4. And that's your complete score for the stage. Now, what happens if you miss a target? Well, if you haven't shot the stop plate yet, the one with the red paint, if you have not shot that yet, keep shooting. Shoot as many times as you need to get those hits, and then shoot the stop plate. Make sure you do it before you shoot the stop plate, because once you shoot the stop plate, that's it. Now, no rule about what order you have to use when you're shooting these targets. You can do it any way you like. If the start position's right and you hit the stop plate last. One comment about that: if you have a miss, shoot the stop plate and then go back for the miss. Unfortunately, any shots after hitting the stop plate don't count, but your time still goes up. So when you hit the stop plate, stop shooting. There's nothing you can fix at that point in time. So, like I said, we can shoot it in any order we want. That first time I shot near side here, far, far near, and then the stop plate. We don't have to do it that way. And you'll notice I had a miss there, but as soon as I shot the stop plate, I can't go back for it. For every single miss you have, it adds a 3-second penalty to your time. So whatever my time was on the timer, we have to add 3 seconds to that, and that's my score for that particular string. 3 seconds is a long time. You don't want that to happen. Make sure you get your hits. So, what about shooting rimfire pistol? Well, instead of having a holster, though you can put it in a holster if you like, most people just keep their pistol in a bag along with their magazines, and you bring them up to the line. One comment about magazines: no matter what you're shooting here, it really helps to have 5 magazines. That way you've got a new one for each string. You don't have to, but it certainly makes it easier if you do. Having 2 magazines probably isn't quite enough. Having 3 tends to work well, especially if you've got a friend in the squad with you. You shoot the first magazine, hand it back, he reloads it while you shoot the second string, you hand that one back, and so on. That way you have plenty of magazines and plenty of ammunition to finish the entire stage. It does make it easier if you've got 5 magazines. So, for rimfire pistol, we bring it up in the bag. When we open the bag, we make sure the firearm is pointed down range. Don't pick it up pointed sideways or backwards. That is a DQable offense. So, be safe, keep it pointed down range. So we load and make ready, but obviously, since we don't have a holster, we don't want our wrists above our shoulders when we're holding the gun. Instead, the start position for rimfire pistol is pointed at the black dot at that orange cone. You can start with the safety off. The finger must be off the trigger, and you just start pointed there. Once the beep happens, you shoot just like centerfire. After you finish with your string, take out the magazine, reload for the next one, set up pointed at the cone, go for your next run. Rimfire rifle and pistol caliber carbine work pretty much just the same as rimfire pistol. You come up with your gun in the bag, you make ready when told to do so, and you start off pointed at the cone. Nothing else changes other than, boy, it's a lot easier to shoot a rifle in a pistol match. Now earlier I said it helps to have a bunch of magazines, but if your magazines hold 25, you don't obviously need 5 magazines for it. You can get several runs out of one magazine. Just remember to change the magazine when you're going to need it for the next string. Really horrible to suddenly run out and have to do a reload right in the middle of a string of fire. It adds a ton of time. But if you've got some 25 rounders, a couple of these generally works just fine. There are 8 different official Steel Challenge stages. The one that was up here before for all the examples was very close to something called Roundabout. This one is set up more similar to one called Pendulum. And the good thing about these is none of them will ever be a surprise. They're all written directly into the rules. So if you go to steelchallenge.com, you can pull up a copy of the rules, and at the end, in one of the appendices, it has every single one of the official stages. Each one is slightly different, and so you have to look at how fast can I go, how far away are the targets, and so on. But every single time we shoot it the same way. Start wrists above respective shoulders, get your hits. Remember, mics or misses are worth 3 seconds in terms of penalty. If you can make up that hit, or make up the miss into a hit in less than 3 seconds, it is completely worth it. My total time there was 4:78. If I had not made up that miss, I would have saved a tiny bit of time on the second shot, but it would have added 3 seconds overall to my time. Making up a miss like that, completely worth it. In Steel Challenge, there's never any reloading on the clock. You don't have to worry about creating stage plans or any of those things like you do with IDPA and USPSA. And only one stage out of the 8 has any movement whatsoever. And it's about 6 feet of sideways movement. And you're always moving to your strong side. So, Steel Challenge is great for people who are just starting in competitions, and for people who have been doing competitions for a while. It's a blast to see how fast you can go.